This video I'm going to show the GitHub Flow workflow. This is the intended workflow for GitHub. It is a collaboration workflow centered on pull requests, and it is based on the feature branch workflow or topic branch workflow, whatever you like to call it. And I'm going to be using the GitHub Desktop client. And this used to be GitHub Client for Windows and GitHub Client for Mac. Now it's just called GitHub Desktop. So I had started to make this wonderful demo and I screwed it up. So I'm going to make a new repo called GitHub Flow Demo 2. So let's try to do that. Whoops, not got. Yes, we'll put that and then with a nice number 2 at the end. 2. There we go. Yes, I know it's the same. We're going to add a nice read maybe because GitHub really likes that. And we now will have a nice new repository for this video. Here is GitHub Desktop, and let me clone that nice new repository we just made. And I think it's just going to put it in my normal spot. Yes, it is. Good. And it's going to do that. Didn't take very long. And what was I thinking? Oh yes, let's make a new branch because that is one of the main tenets of the GitHub Flow workflow. So let's call this Feature 1. I'm not going to make fancy names. We're imagining we're developing, and this is going to be a feature branch I'm going to work on. So let's create that branch. Now what's awesome that GitHub Desktop will do is it will publish the branch you made is on the remote as well as on your local. And it's going to save you some, if you were using Git you would have to type in more commands. This just makes it visually easier to do. So let me show you how it looks right now. You're going to see just the one branch. Let's refresh this. So we just have the one branch, that's master. Let's go and publish and you'll see how that goes. And it's a nice backup to put your branches you create on the remote in case something happens to your computer or whatever. So it's going to synchronize that. Shouldn't take too long. Now let's go back and look. Let's refresh. And see, it's now up here. So that's a wonderful way of synchronizing that. Now I'm going to make a change in the, let's use the one we're working on. I'm going to add a file just to make something for the commit. So new file, come on, wake up. And we're just going to say feature 1, and that's just going to be a new file just to be something we can commit. So you'll see that when we make changes, it's going to show in the changes section of GitHub Desktop, which is very nice. Now we're going to say we're going to commit that. We'll say we committed creating a button, whatever you did. Commit to feature 1. Now this is still just local to us. If we want to get it on, this is also, I'm assuming, your collaborator, because we didn't fork, you have collaborator access or write access, whatever you want to call it. And to get it up to the remote repository, the one on GitHub, you can push it, and what GitHub prefers with the GitHub Flow model is to do a pull request. So synchronizing will pull changes from and push local changes on feature 1 to remote. This is if someone else was working with you. This saves you a couple steps. If you were just using Git, you would have to do a git pull rebase, or if there was a merge conflict you would do git pull no rebase, and it also does a git push. So this saves you time when you want to make sure you have the freshest and the latest from your remote repository. But we're just doing a pull request because we want to get our commit up there. And I'm going to just put pull request so that we can determine that. And so we're sending that. And I think it's done. I'm not sure about that. Let's go and see if it made that just yet. Let's go refresh. We will see. It's not there just yet. It's still working. Let's go back to the code. No pull request yet. Let's go and look at GitHub Desktop. Whoops, it failed. It's not supposed to do that. Let's try again. Ha! So apparently I had some network issue. Whatever. So you can hit view on GitHub, but I already have it open. So I'll just go here and refresh. And here's the pull request. And let's say I was the integrator of pull requests, or I was the person who was going to do a code review or whatever. You can do a code review, put a comment for the whole commit, or you can go into the code and put comments on each line and have a discussion back and forth if you need to. But I just want to focus on doing the GitHub Flow workflow, so we're just going to merge this pull request. And I'm just going to put merge just to be very explicit about what happened here so the history looks nice. And that was successful. Now there is a little bug I've noticed with I'm on Windows, GitHub Desktop for Windows seems to have a bug. I'm going to make a different video for that, but the way to not have any problems is don't delete it here. When you delete on the server or on the remote in GitHub and then try to delete local, there's some problems. I don't know why. I hope they fix it. So we're just going to leave that open and allow ourselves to do that with the GitHub Desktop. So let's go back to GitHub Desktop and clean up that branch we don't need anymore. Let's go to, we are on feature 1. Let's go and choose under the gear icon, delete feature 1. It's going to ask you, do you want to do it from the remote repository or from your local branch? You can do both. You can do local only, or you can forget about it. We're going to say yes to both. So now you see we only have one branch here. No, we got the bug here too. I've done this so many times and this did not cause a problem. So anyway, that's the bug. It's supposed to not be in this list at all. But let's see if it's gone from GitHub. It should at least have that. So let's go and refresh. Okay, good. It did delete it from the remote. So I'm not going to go into the detail of the bug in this video. There will be a different video. But that is essentially the GitHub Flow workflow. There is the cloning from your remote repository, creating branches for your features to work on, and then doing pull requests to merge those back into master, and then you delete your feature branches when you're done. So that's the end of this video. Thank you everyone for watching, and I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in another video.